Hey guys, here I am again, Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio up here, and today we're demonstrating a Delco radio lookalike. This one's made by JIL. AudioVox also used to make them. They're made to look like the original, and they weren't really that bad, but they're nothing like an original Delco. And in fact, the motor in this thing needed a replacement, and the tuner, the original motor is only about less than 2 inches high. The only available replacements, and it takes an adjustable speed replacement. So the only replacement motor still available is 3 inches long, and to get this thing in there, I actually had to disable the eject function because that was right in the way of where the new motor had to go. Now it still works for the tuner presets, but you're going to have to pull the tape out manually because this eject was we're lucky to be able to keep the push button station preset function because I actually had to remove the eject mechanism and the entire FM section of the tuner. Thankfully, the conversion only requires the analog or the inductive properties of an AM tuner. In fact, it usually won't even work with an FM tuner. So we didn't lose anything by cutting out the FM section of the tuner, but the tuner was never designed for this much output power and this type of gain, and so my motor is jam-packed right against the tuner and also the head preamp, which causes it to generate a little bit noise through the circuitry. But anyway, let's go ahead and test it out. Desmond has just requested the modern internal conversion to replace all the electronics. Radio's got a heck of a lot more output power now, from about 4 watts per side to 22.5 watts per speaker for up to 4 speakers. He didn't request a Bluetooth or anything like that. So let's go ahead, and I've got it set to AM at the moment, the one strong station I get, so we can demonstrate the virtual balance and fader functions, because the controls on these aftermarket lookalike radios, they're so cheap that it's best not to use. Don't even try to reuse the fader. That's not going to be any good, most likely. This has a pull for balance. I don't like that because it's just a split shaft. There's nothing to hold the knob on. So you pull the knob and you're going to pull the knob off. So we can adjust both the left-right balance and the front-rear fader with the original tone control, and I'm going to show you how we do that right now. Let's go ahead and turn this on to the AM.
Big corporations are gouging consumers with no regard for the price of oil that has been through the roof now, and just to move.
Now we're going to rotate our tone control to about the center position.
Cost 3 times what it did under President
Trump. 2 quick
Trump.
turns to the right.
You think
to
about
activate
interest rates. You're taking loans for your business.
Let's try
You're taking loans out.
Fader adjust.
Okay.
Interest rates.
So now we're at all front, all
you
rear.
Think about the amount of
front,
money that has been
rear.
infused
Okay, I'm
into
center him.
the economy now, with all of these giveaways by the government.
Fader
set. Okay.
Chasing all this goods,
Left,
prices
right
go up.
balance.
Dollar's been devalued.
Fader adjust.
Wrong one.
$4.
So I'll just let it time out.
I don't understand this. It's easy for them to say, all right, the big corporation, they're the problem.
Fader set.
Okay.
I read one article.
Since this control has
operates
such
on a
little range,
1% margin.
we have to be careful to rotate it to roughly the center position.
Room in there for things to go wrong.
Okay, now we'll try it again.
But I do know.
Balance adjust.
There we go.
Very, very thin margin.
You'll learn the touch.
And it is
right,
it is a
left,
play
right.
on
Okay,
volume when you own a grocery store. So what do you...
Balance set.
Okay. So yeah, some of these controls, that's another thing about these aftermarket radios, is the control has less than 180 degrees of travel. It's kind of ridiculous, but so this makes the control really sensitive. When you try to adjust the fader, you might activate the balance. So it's really important to follow the instructions in the manual. Use the same technique I did. Have this control in the center position, and each time you rotate it, you return it to that center position. So that's how we get it. It'll take a while to develop the feel for that. Okay.
It is very
Let's go ahead and switch over to FM. And I have all 5 presets set to stations in my area for a quick test.
Is upstream from politics, politics is downstream from culture, and Penedexter's commentary to man, my company
calling me baby, better press the field sunlight.
For highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 20.
Okay, so there's our FM. Okay, let's pop an 8-track in.
Now I know the answer to my prayer is you. Get out and I circulate. We'll settle down in the nearest town. It's worth the living, so all that I can see. I'm related to holding you.
Okay. And as I mentioned, the eject button will no longer work. To eject the tape, you have to pull it out yourself, which thankfully on this unit isn't very hard at all. It's pretty easy. In fact, let's try it again just for fun. Yeah, it comes out pretty easily. None of your classic original factory 8-track players had these silly functions anyway. So it's all working correctly. Now on this radio, the dial light comes on with the radio, because that's the only way you can see the pointer in some cases by that. So you can see that it comes on and off. So she's all fully functional and ready to go back. And this might be my last video today. I'm not sure. This is number 5, and it's about almost 1 in the afternoon. So it's about time I did some packing and got some stuff out to the post office. I'm Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair. To reach me for service, please visit the website in the description below, and please download and print the work order before calling me with a bunch of questions about my options, prices, and turn times, because those are all described in the work order, and you'll have those questions answered as you're filling it out. You're welcome to call me, if you have a last-minute question or need to discuss something, but as far as, asking me the same 15-minute series of questions that every other customer's asked, I'm no longer able to handle that, because I got to be on the bench where the work actually gets done. So I don't get anything done on the phone. So please do that little bit of research before calling me with a bunch of questions. And you may find out that you don't have to call me at all. So thanks so much for watching and listening. Thank you, Des. This is from Des in Jackson, Wyoming, and it's out of a 1979 GMC Suburban Delco lookalike radio that's not nearly as good as the original Delco radios, but we made it work. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching and listening, and thank you again, Des, for your business from Wyoming, and we'll see you guys next time.